Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Mindset Explosion, episode number 71. Independence every day. I know it's July the 5th. We're in Britain, so yesterday was the American Independence Day, and it just made me think a little bit. Seeing all my friends posting out with their families, lovely to see, of course, and just made me think about something to talk about today for Mindset Explosion. I've got no interviews today. We missed out one yesterday. That's how it goes. So if you are interested in the interview, by the way, just drop us a private message and I can get booked in for you. I really enjoy doing the interviews. So, yeah, so it was American Independence Day yesterday. But did you know, I got this off the History Channel, I don't know how true it is, so someone can help me out. I'm sure it is because it's the History Channel. That it wasn't signed on the 4th. And there was 56 people that decided that, 8 of whom were British born. There you go. Bit of information for you. So I'm not really here to talk about that because that's something entirely different. All right. So I just wanted to talk about what it means to be independent for yourself, and or how I see it, what it means, how it benefits us and everyone around us. Let me just flip that down. So, all right, thanks for tuning in, guys. So, hello, everyone who's watching. So, being independent, I don't feel it means being on your own, and I don't think it should mean that you're lonely. So sometimes people may think, well, I'm an independent person, so I can't this with that or the other. If you read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it talks a lot. The first 3 habits are about being independent, having an independent mind. And really, we want to have that every day. And sometimes it's not that easy because we have the life has its ups and its downs. But really, that independent mind means that you can work with other people, whether it be friends, work, relationship, everything. Because once we have an independent head up on us, then we work much better as a team. And in fact, then if everyone in the team is independent, then you become that interdependent where everyone is working in the same context, really. So independent, I feel, is it means you're in control of your life and you're in control of your destiny, and you're in control of the like, you see things that there's 10% you don't control, things that happen to you, whether it be let's say the weather, if someone crashes a car into you or something, you can't really necessarily always control that. But the 90% is like you control how you feel about it and what you're going to do next about it, how you're going to not react, having that reactive mind and having an abundance mindset. Even if you maybe not, I don't talk about money, but we're not always abundant with everything we have. But if we have that abundant mindset instead of the scarcity one, then definitely we're going to have much more of an independent mind. So 5 independent people would make the perfect, if they're kind of on the same track, of course, would make the perfect team. And then, of course, we have that interdependence. So I just thought I wanted to talk about that because I feel it's so important. And there's been times when I've not been independent, when you think you are, and you live in someone else's life, or you're relying on other people too much. So that's not really the mindset that's worked out too great for me in the past. And I'm sure there's been times when we've all been there. So it's good to remind myself and by saying it out, and to keep my head on track, and obviously share that with you guys, that when we take control of ourselves, then we have the everything that happens will come our way, basically, that everything you want to happen. And you just because and like I said, it doesn't mean you got to be on your own. It just means that you know what you want, and you know how you're going to get it. And sometimes it maybe where you get swayed off, that's maybe someone is not quite independent yet. So I think it's one of these things that cover such a massive spectrum, and that's why that book, The 7 Habits, is a really good book. One of them ones you get stuck into, and it covers so much, and it's something definitely you got to go back to. And I would say when I was in the worst time of my life, I think having read that and learnt about it, it really helped me get me through. Didn't feel like it at the time, but on hindsight, no, it definitely got me there. But also, I was listening to some Gary Vaynerchuk this morning, and talking about, ironically, he was talking about something similar, and it was about even with our children. Get on you can listen to that on his podcast. It's one of the ones that's just come up. Like, how do we get our children to be more independent? You know, are we mollycoddling them too much? You know, when I was growing up, I insisted that I went to school on my own. I think I walked pretty much from age 5 to school on my own and come home on my own. I don't know if mum was hiding around the corner or not. And I know it was a different world then. You could go out and play and, you know, not have to worry about stuff, climb trees and, you know, hang out with your friends. And maybe it's a different world at the moment. But what are we doing for our children to help them become more of an independent mind? You know, it's great. We want to be all involved in everything. But, you know, what do we teach them that it's just all the time so easy and winning? Because sometimes we got to lose to feel that we appreciate then, you know, the value of winning more. And in fact, sometimes, you know, when you know, not to not be there for them, but, you know, to allow them to go and do something on their own and just lose a little bit and win. But I feel like when I have that independent mind, what I come into is that I value it, you know, a lot more than, and I can see where I wasn't so independent in the past, if that makes sense. So a couple of things there is, and definitely for children, is like how can we make or help our children become more independent? And I guess it's just to let them go a little bit so they can pick up on their own freedom, same as ourselves. When we're independent, we have that free mind, and it's not like we go and do what we want and break the rules. It's just, you know what, I know what I'm going to do, I know how I'm going to get there, kind of thing. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you got something from this. So please hashtag Mindset Explosion, drop some explosion emojis in there. My vlog is a little bit late this week, so we've had a few problems with the editing, but it should be hopefully out today. And tomorrow, really excited. I'm off to got a breakfast in the morning for Bid Cheltenham, been nominated Business of the Month, so really excited to get to there and doing a little talk presentation for those guys. Hopefully we'll get to do some get some great people I can interview again for some more of my mindset explosions. All right, guys, so remember, be independent every single day, and it doesn't mean you've got to be on your own or you go off on your own. It just means that you are working to be independent minded, and, you know, you're happy and content in everything that you're doing, and of course other independent people will come with you on that journey. All right, peace. Bye-bye.